Hey, what's up guys? I wanted to come on here and give you a quick tutorial and some information about this photography thing called image stacking. And I want to do this because I really haven't done tutorials in a long time, and I've really gotten interested in photography, and I wanted to show you some methods of taking really good pictures. This involves deep space photography, and what image stacking is basically you take tons of images, about 2 to 300 images, maybe even more. The more images, the better. Because the reason you take so many is because you put them all in the software on a computer, and it basically compresses them into one image, and every image basically increases the quality because there's multiple images, and it aligns. Since the stars move and stuff, it aligns the stars on the same place, so it creates a really dense image, and this helps for like less noise, more higher quality and clearer images, especially for deep space, because taking pictures of stuff that's really far, like Andromeda galaxy, I'm going to show you in a minute here, is very far, and it's a long process, but it's worth it if you do it right. So I'm going to show you in this video on how you can do that, and yeah, so just go ahead and get started here. Here's my desktop. This is the program called Deep Sky Stacker. That's what this program is, where it stacks your images. So as you can see here, I'm also going to show you my images. I'll explain what these are. Ignore the finished images folder. That's just basically a folder that it puts all the finished stuff into. So here's the light. So this is basically images of what you want. This is basically the images you want to take of the subject, and I have like 300 of them. You can see, and I'll open one up for example, and I'll scroll through them. So as you can see here, it doesn't look like much. You can barely see me. It doesn't look like much, but if you look right here where my mouse is, that is Andromeda galaxy. So this is zoomed all the way in at 210 millimeters. This is the lens I use, maxes out 210 millimeters zoom. So this is zoomed all the way in. This is Andromeda. This little dot. And if you scroll through, you can see how the Earth moves. As I go through these pictures, as you see, the exposure changes because I was adjusting exposure to see what I can get. But you can follow this dot here. You can see I'm pressing and holding the arrow, and it's scrolling through. This is as the Earth turns. There's a plane. Yeah. So that's what that does. So these are the images you're going to want to have. Short. You want to have very short exposure times, so probably like 1 to 2 seconds at least. Unless you have a star tracker, which we're trying to build one now, that'll allow for long exposures and prevent star trails and blur. So yeah, this is, if you don't have a star tracker, the best options is a very wide aperture, low ISO, and like around 1 to 2 second exposure. ISO probably around like 2000, but sometimes you want a brighter image, so you want to put your ISO around 125,000 if your camera supports it. I have a Sony Alpha, so mine does. And yeah, so these are images you want to take of the subject. And then dark images. These are basically images with the lens cap on. So essentially, the reason for this is because the sensor gets hot and it has like different defects. I don't want to call it has problems, but like it has these impurities in the image, and you put the lens cap on, you take like 20 pictures right after you take your 300 light photos, and these images go into the software as well, and it helps make the image have less noise and makes it more like, I don't know, exact. I don't know how to explain it, but that's what these do. It's just me a black image just with the lens cap on, but as you can see, there's like grain and stuff here if you look really close. I don't know how it looks on the recording of the screen, but yeah, that's what that helps for. So yeah, the light and dark images you want to have, and this software called Deep Sky Stacker. I'll put it in the description. You can download it. It's only for Windows, so if you have Windows computer, it's only for Windows. So to import your images, what you can first want to do is import your light images. So right here you hit open picture files, and I did this before, but oops, it defaults to light. In my themes I've done it, but you're gonna have to navigate to your folder, whatever you named that you put your light images in, which is basically the images of your subject. So select all of them, hold shift, click the first one and scroll down, keep holding shift and select the last one. And if they don't pop up here, make sure you select, if you shot in RAW, click RAW. If you shot, I meant to shoot in RAW, but I forgot to change it, so I accidentally shot in JPEG. So you're going to want, I did JPEG, so if you shot in RAW, RAW is better. Do RAW, but picture files are basically JPEGs. So yeah, just hit open, and it'll import, which will take a little bit. Okay, so it imported these images. You can see it puts them all in this list down here. So what you're going to do is you want to check them. And you know the checkbox, that's what you want to do. But you can do it all at once. Just select the first one at the top, hold shift, scroll to the bottom, select the last one, let go shift, right click, and hit check. Those, they're all checked. They should check by default. I don't know why they don't. No idea. But yeah. Next you want to import your dark files. This is the black picture with the lens cap on. So you want to select your dark, dark, and set the raw. See what I mean? You set it to picture because mine are JPEGs instead of raw. So we're going to go ahead and select the first one, scroll down, select the last one. No idea what that one is, let's skip that one. And just hit open. And they import pretty quick, these aren't that much. They should, yep, they're right here and they auto check, so you can see. That is that. If you have offset bias files, these are optional. Not really sure what they do, but they just make your picture better. I don't remember why they have this or what's so important about it, but it's optional and it will work without it. So right now I'm going to do it without it because I don't have them. So next what you want to do is you want to register checked pictures. So just hit register and scroll over, go to advanced, and then you want to compute the number of detected stars, so it detects how many stars are in the sky. So you want to hit compute, and it detected 91 stars, which is good. If you get 0, then that's basically, it's not even worth doing this because it won't work because it's too dark and you won't see any stars. So you want to get at least above like 70 stars, and it'll be a good image if you get above 70. So even 100 is really good. It's just saying, just letting you know about that. Yeah, so just set just text to check it to see how good your pictures are. If it's above, like again, if it's above 70, you're fine. You want to leave everything checked here. You want to go to stacking parameters. If you click, I don't know what half of these things do. I'm just helping you out to guide you on the right path. But what you want to do, if you have a lot of RAM on your computer, and if your computer is like beefy, like powerful, enabling 2 extras allows for better picture quality. I could see that it helps, but sometimes it won't work if you check it, and when you're in the middle of the process, it'll say out of memory. And so this application is only written in 32-bit, so it'll only use half of your memory. So if you have 8 gigs, it'll use 4. It only uses up to 4 gigabytes of RAM. So I have 8 in this computer, but it doesn't even use half of it because it's written for 32-bit. So yeah, you want to leave it in. You want to leave it in standard. And I'm going to leave 2 extras off because mine is not going to work. I tried it once before and it failed. And you're going to want to do kappa sigma clipping for light, and leave everything like that. Dark, same thing, kappa sigma clipping. Alignment, you're going to want automatic because it automatically tilts the pictures to whatever they need to be tilted to. Leave it as TIFF files. And leave the cosmetic stuff alone, you don't want to touch that. And output, you can save it to a certain folder, so I'm going to change it. I'm going to change it to, oh yeah, that's there. Let's just go to finished images. Yeah, so we have everything checked, and then hit OK. And then what you're going to want to do is hit cancel, it'll save the images. Just hit cancel, and then make this full screen. So after you import all these files into this list, you can go ahead and go to the right here and click on this little red star. And once that you click on that, these green dots are going to pop up, and basically this helps you manually like select stars that this software missed. Now I remember when I scanned it had 91 stars. It shows 88 in the top right corner. If you look top right corner of the window, it shows 88, and you see every green dot here is a star that the program has found and selected for you. Now we got 91, so we have 3 missing stars. So I already found one, which is right here. You just click it and it adds it. And let's find 2 more. Let's see, you can click them to this to like unadd them. I have 89 stars. What about this one? Sometimes it doesn't really recognize it. Like scroll over. There's a star right there, but it will not register it for whatever reason. It's kind of annoying. I don't know why. It showed 91 before, then it shows 88. Oh, here's 90. We have one more, and that's probably 91. We might be able to get even more than 91. Let's see if we can try to get a little more. Let's try. There's a couple of them that it won't see, like this one, and this one. It will not detect. Is there any more? Oh, 92, 93. Yeah, that one's already selected. 94. That's weird how it doesn't detect some of the bright ones. I think that's good. 94. Alright, so you can click back to this and that will save it. 94 stars selected. So let's say you have your subject always in the center of your picture. You can crop it just by clicking and holding, and it'll like crop it to a certain size. Excuse me. You can drag it and make it bigger. For this purpose, it's faster if you crop it. If you crop less of the image, it doesn't take as long. But this process is a long process. It takes around, if you have a lot of images, it takes around 6 hours to compress these images and make them into a dense picture. I'm gonna crop it like this because this corner of the picture is not really important. The Andromeda galaxy usually just stays in this area of the picture as they scroll through. So let's just keep it like that. And I accidentally deleted it. Did I just crop it? My bad. Didn't mean to do that. Just drag it in the corner here. And I did it again. Okay, just leave it like that. Leave it so the red line stays. Don't click anywhere else. And then once you do, click register check pictures again. And then this time, just make sure stacking parameters. Make sure you have everything set. It's custom. Sets to custom automatically because you set a custom crop. Keep it light, dark, kappa, sigma, both of those. Automatic. TIFF. You want to leave cosmetic alone, and output. It'll save to this folder and as a TIFF file. Hit OK on that. Hit OK on this, and then you want to hit OK one more time, and then here's the start. The process starts, and it's going to go through many different layers of processing. This is the first one, doesn't take long, but yeah, this is going to take a while, so I will get back once it's done. Okay, it's been about 4 hours, and it's finally done. And this is what it looks like. It doesn't look like much, but just give it a second. There's a lot more than here than you think. So we're gonna go ahead and edit really quick. And so let's just drag a couple of sliders across here to make this column over on this side. And so it's just kind of touching this upper line here. So let's just go and slide it. First, sorry, before you do anything, you hit the link settings because you want everything to move at the same time. So yeah, so just want to move the center slider here to the left. And it's going to go like that. And then just to see, just hit apply. And see what I see. There's something that comes out. So yeah, it just has to render here. And eventually you'll get something. So let's see here. Let's brighten it a little bit. It's very sensitive. And plus you're going to need a little bit more editing in like Photoshop and Lightroom too with this. It's not going to be perfect right away. That's for sure. Go over to luminance. So I mean, like, it's not terrible, it's not good. It depends on what type of photos you have. This isn't going to be the perfect tutorial, but we're going to get something out of this definitely eventually. Let's see here. Let's go back to RGB, sorry. And let's go ahead and just go ahead and move this to the right a little bit, just so this is a little bit down. I'm trying something out really quick. I want to see if this cuts it in half, then move this over like this. Let's just see what this looks like. Ah, a little better. See, a little more detail, more color. You can sort of see it a little bit here. Let's see here. Let's go ahead. Let's move this to the left a little bit. It might be a little too dark. That's not bad. Let's move it back, because that seemed to be a little bit better. Slightest amount. Alright, going back to that. Okay. I'm gonna try something a little more here. Let's lower this a tad bit more. Let's lower it to like here. Let's move this over like this. Let's see how this looks. Even better. So you're starting to see a little bit more. It has a lot. It's gonna have noise either way, but it's like I live in Chicago and there's hell tons of light pollution here, and that night we took it on was a full moon. So I mean, like, without a full moon it's gonna be even better, and then in a darker area it'll be even better. So I mean, like, it's not gonna be great in a light polluted area, and we tried to find the darkest spot nearest where I live, and this is the best we could do. But with a little bit more editing in Lightroom and stuff, this is gonna be pretty good. And I'll show you an example image of what I did before, of what I tried to make it look like. Yeah, I have an example image. So let's just go ahead and let's lower this a tad bit more here. Just that. Let's keep it like that. Apply. Didn't really do much. Let's try this a little even more. I'm really going extreme here. Okay. I think this is about as far as we're gonna get with this. It's just I just ruined it. Whoops. Yeah, so this is about this is the best we're gonna get out of this. It doesn't look like that. It doesn't look that good, I know, but like, I'm in a pretty light polluted area, and it's very hard to get this type of stuff. But I'll show you what I got when I edited it in Lightroom. You can just mess with some of these dials here. That just ruins this. I'm going to bring that back. Because what my initial goal was to get the dust trails, is to try to see the dust trails out of this, but it's very hard to get that. You have to be in a really dark area. That just completely destroyed it. Let's go back. That just made it too bright. And we're gonna try this later on a moonless night, and I'll see how that goes, and I'll probably make an update video on that. Highlight, let's bring it up a little bit. That's too much. When you see a black dot in the center, that means you kind of overdone it. And bring that down. It's still kind of bad. Ooh, that's picture weird. That's weird. Okay. And this is the best we're gonna get. You want to leave saturation alone. You don't want that. This is what happens when you try to saturate it. Don't want that. If you really want something, go like completely black and white. Just leave it at 0%. And yeah, so we have our RGB like that. That's the best we can get. Unless we make it higher, that's gonna make it more grainy. This is the best we're gonna get. Alright, so once you're done, you can kind of see it actually. If you look really close, you can sort of see like a haze to the galaxy there. If you look up here, right here, that is its neighboring galaxy, I think M32. And down here is M31, I think. I hope I'm right. I hope so. Either one of these is M32 and M31. Don't remember which one, but yeah. So this is the best we can do. If you want, once you want to export, just hit Save Picture to File on this left here, and you want to name the file. And I would do 16-bit, and let's put it in finished images. Let's try. I'm gonna call it new 16-bit number 2. Let's do 2. And just hit Apply Adjustments into the saved image, yes, and just hit Save to this folder. And it'll take a little bit to save. Okay, and then I recommend doing 2 types. Save it again, and then save it as a 32-bit rational. Makes it a little bit brighter, and just kind of helps you adjust the editing types and stuff. So if we go to New, 32-bit rational 2, saves that. And that's it. So let's minimize that, go to Deep Sky, finished. Here we are. So here is 16-bit rational 2, or just 16-bit 2. This is what we have. My light is shining on me. Doesn't look like much. It does look kind of cool though. You can kind of see it a little bit. But I'm going to show you a photoshopped version, edited version of it. Here is a photo here's the official photo I took. I have it copyrighted. By the way, I'll explain, never mind, I'll explain at the end of the video. this is the photo I took. I edited it in Photoshop. Doesn't look much different compared to the one we edited in the actual software, but it does have a little more clarity and more detail. As you can see here, oh yeah, here, let it quality better. You can sort of see, if you zoom out, you can sort of see like the circle of it. It's very hard to see the dust trails though. It'd be really cool if you can see dust trails. That is what I'm going to try to accomplish when there's no moon. Because when there's a moon, it really washes out your images. So when there's a dust trail, or when there's a moon, it kind of ruins it. So I'm going to try to capture the dust trails of the galaxy when there's no moon. You can sort of see it here. You can see a black circle. You can barely make out what the dust trails are and what they look like. So they're like, it's like right here. And they have like another layer too. It's like a second one. There's two of them, I think. But yeah, that is my edited picture. Hope you like that. And now, we are done with the tutorial, so I hope that helped. And so basically, I want to promote my new website for my photography. It's rhoyerphoto.com. I'll put the link in the description. And basically, every Friday I upload photos to this website. And for your viewing pleasure. And I have albums. This has all of my it's slow. This has all of my recent it categorizes all my photos, and I don't know why that's like that. That's kind of weird. But yeah, this categorizes everything, and you can click on it, and it'll show all landscape photos. This is all Nova Scotia. I was there this summer. It's a very nice place. I highly recommend visiting it. And yeah, you can sign up for a newsletter. This will send you emails whenever I post new photos, and sometimes if I come up with any tips and tricks, I will post about that and send you out emails as well. So if you want to sign up, you're free. It's welcome. It's free. There's no charge. I don't know why I would charge you. And yeah, that's it. So yeah, visit my website, rhoyerphoto.com, and you should subscribe to my newsletter. It would be pretty cool. So yeah, that's it. I want to thank you for watching. I hope this helped out. Just let me know if you need any help in the comments. I will be glad to help you, or any questions. And yeah, so thanks for watching, and hope you enjoyed the video. And like usual, do not forget to leave a like and subscribe. And that's it. See you next time.